Happy Devils Victory Friday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Devils beating, shutting out. Well, I'm sorry. I have to rephrase that. I want to give you an accurate depiction of what happened. The Devils C squad, third stringers, beat the New York Islanders A team, NHL club, 3-0 tonight out on Long Island to finish 7-0-0 in preseason, undefeated, 7 solid wins. The New Jersey Devils, as they are taking the league, at least in preseason, by storm. As I see some comments in the YouTube Live, I want to say hello to the Facebook Live as well. Thank you, Supernova68. Is commenting about my haircut. Yes, I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. Be traveling on the road, so that means that I have to look presentable. Otherwise, I get my butt kicked in by Mrs. Wu. But yeah, I'll tell you, your New Jersey Devils looking good. Isn't that right, Michael Hay and Craig Best in the Facebook Live? Devils looking very good. They look excellent. They look like a team that is focused. They look like a team that's hungry. They look like a team that's confident. They also look like a team that's humble and not take anything for granted and not treating this last game of preseason, even though it's the C squad of sorts, an AHL version of the New Jersey Devils with a couple NHLers in there, sprinkled in, like Dawson Mercer and Kevin Ball. But, wow, shutting out the New York Islanders 3-0 tonight. Lou Lamoriello's team couldn't get anything going tonight, and let's go through the Happy Devils victorious recap presented by American Whiskey. American Whiskey, where Devils fans get drunk after the game of a big victory, which, by the way, we will be there October 12th and 13th, opening night at American Whiskey. Thank you, Max, for the super chat again. It just seems like Max is maxing out his credit card for this podcast for each Devils preseason win. Oh, boy. But we should go to the Happy Devils victorious recap Friday. Schmid the Kid, says Craig Best. Oh, what a game. What a game. What a game. So we're going to Elmont, New York. I forgot what the arena's called. Is it another Barclays or UBS? Is it UBS Arena? Is that what it is? I don't even know anymore. Who's sponsored? Is it UBS? Somebody help me. Oh, my goodness. Steve Engel says, YouTube taking 30% of $199. Sam paying lottery taxes. UBS Arena, thank you, folks. ESPN Fan 1089. And, yeah, it's UBS Arena. Kind of like FU Center back in the day with the Flyers. Anyway, First period, Devils Islanders. Now, if you remember, the Islanders put up 5 goals against the New Jersey Devils not too long ago in preseason. Devils looking to improve that. You can't win 6-5 games all the time, is what I was telling you yesterday. But yeah, so looking at the lineup, some of these people, I don't know who they are. But yeah, looking at the roster, trying to make the last good impression, trying to make the team, trying to finish this preseason strong as a whole for the New Jersey Devils. Don't let Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier down. Doesn't matter if you're the A squad, B squad, C squad, D squad, or F squad. Your best players on your team are the ones that are out on the ice. And on we go. First period, Devils Islanders. Well, I've never heard of this guy before, but Max Willman from Massachusetts, no relation to Max Peninoff of the YouTube Live, unless Max is not telling me that his real last name is Willman. But he scored the first goal of the game, assisted by Hataka and Lazard. 1-0 Devils. Oh, boy. Did you feel that this is going to be a good night? Although, watching the Islanders broadcast was like watching paint dry. I was bored. I almost fell asleep. Oh, my goodness. I was just, it's just not the same without Spalding and Danico. And it's not because, they're my guys. I just couldn't get into it. But Brendan Burke was not doing the play-by-play. I mean, they're not bad. It's just, just shoot me. But it's nothing as bad as those Ranger commercials. The Ranger fan that's, singing on the guitar. Oh, woe is me. I'm a Rangers fan, and I suck every 85 years. Can't win a cup. Those commercials when you watch the Devils-Rangers game, terrible. Absolutely terrible. And some of the old commercials, Devils commercials, were coming back. Love the Sean Berman and the tattoo, or the little kid getting hockey cards from mom because they enjoy them. I love those MSG commercials, except for that Rangers one where the guy's singing. What are they trying to do? Scare us away? I don't know. Yes, I was thinking the same thing too, Steve Engel. Wellman! Kind of like Wilma from Fred Flintstone. It may be for some of the generations that are watching this live podcast. They're like, what the heck is he talking about? Flintstones? I mean, I grew up on the Flintstones. It's amazing what the younger generation, I feel old sometimes when I talk about Ghostbusters. I'm like, what the heck is that Ghostbusters? Ray Parker and that song? What? Anyway. Don't know where I'm going with this, but 1-0 Devils going into the first intermission. Devils looking pretty good. Pretty good. They not bad. Not bad at all. Second period, well, somebody got on the scoreboard. His name is Kevin Ball. This is from Mercer, and I can't even read this. Just hit the wrong button. I hate doing this. Now I just Big Ball says Max. Yeah, Big Ball. Okay, finally I got it. And Schmelzer Got the assist as well. Again, who the hell is this guy? I don't know. 2-0 Devils regardless. So good job. Good job. And then again, 2.5 minutes later, Simon Nemec trying to make his case. Shorthanded. Second goal of the preseason. 3-0 Devils. And it felt so good. Demoralized Kyle Palmieri. Demoralized New York Islanders. The fans are just like, uh-oh. Devils look pretty good, and they put their freshman team on against our varsity team. And you know what? I'm glad. But Akira Schmid stood on his head at times, made some timely saves. Max says Amanda Stein tweeted, the players look frustrated. They should have. But Devils up 3-0 going into the second intermission. And I'll tell you, I'm just so happy at that point. Whatever happens in the third, just seal the deal. As they did. No scoring. Players trying to make that one last good impression with their organization. Devils win 3-0. Go 7-0-0 in preseason as they are gearing up for opening night on October 12th against the Detroit Red Wings. Shots on goal, 30 even apiece for the Isles and Devils. Islanders out hitting the Devils 32-7. Again, Devils didn't really need to bang tonight. And penalty minutes, Devils 8, Islanders 6. Akira Schmid gets the shutout with 30 saves. Redeeming himself. Not so much redeeming himself, but having a much, much better game. 3 stars of the game. First star, Akira Schmid with 30 saves, shutout. Second star, Kevin Ball. And third star of the game, Max Willman of Massachusetts. Not our Max in the YouTube Live. What a game. What a game tonight. Seeing some of the comments. Oh. Beer Baron is happy. Saying 7-0-0. I'm happy. Because it's perfection. Who knows? Maybe we should cancel Devils After Dark and just say, hey, let's have a Woo Report after the game. Because the Woo Report is 7-0-0 in preseason. Ramona Rice says, let's go Devils. Max says, I'm still technically of Massachusetts. Yeah, our Max actually sells windows, beautiful windows. If you ever need windows, go to Max in the YouTube Live. He'll hook you up. You know, again, we just try to help our fans out. Also, David Decker of Town Toyota, Route 46, beautiful Ledgewood, New Jersey. If you ever need a Toyota or your Toyota serviced, but buying a Toyota, go to David Decker. Town Toyota in Ledgewood, New Jersey on Route 46. And tell them Sam Wu sent you. Looking on the Facebook Live, I want to see some chatter on the Facebook Live. Just kind of social media bar hopping right now. Craig Best says, brutal fish stick broadcast slower than the team on the ice. Wow. That could be the line of the day, Craig Best. It was, I don't know why. It was just brutal. I'm still like half asleep while doing this podcast because it was so boring. I was bored. So I tried to focus on the ice, but it was just, what I should have done is I should have put like Matt and Chico on and then just kind of sync it up with the stream. And maybe that would have done something. Peter Seifert comes in. Just got in from the fire department. Woo is 7-0. Thank you, Peter. Steve Engel of your local post office. What is he talking about? Yes, Steve Engel, the official postman of the Woo Report. Max says, can I get a yay or nay? Who agrees with Captain Bill Spaulding is just as good as Kanji? Spaulding is very good. Very good. And I don't think we've seen the best of Bill Spaulding. Matter of fact, we got to get Bill Spaulding on this podcast, here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. We should. But Bill Spaulding is polished, and, in the beginning it was kind of like, yeah, we'll feel him out. I think he loves his team. I think he loves his job. I think he's very good. Him and Danico do a great job on MSG Networks. Ken Danico, good friend of the podcast as well. Opening night, remember, is October 12th. We also got a big announcement. October 8th, this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday edition. A huge announcement of the podcast, as we are just under 750,000 downloads on this podcast. But yeah, Sunday, says Max, that we have a major announcement about the Let's Go Devils podcast. It is probably so major that there are a lot of great Devils podcasts that have been popping up in the last year, jumping on the bandwagon. Team's good now. Hey, let's start podcasting. But this podcast, something will happen very soon. And we're going to announce it on Sunday. I hope you're going to be there. Be there or be square. But it will be amazing. Also, David Moskowitz has just found your podcast. Subscribe. Thank you, David. Yeah, David, if you want to subscribe to our podcast, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart app, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, but also we're on Facebook. You can like our Facebook page at Let's Go Devils Podcast, on Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod, and our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils. We are just getting fired up. We're just getting started. We're just starting the engine right now. Like, the Devils are just kind of like, starting the engine right now. Now we're going to be a clean slate after a 7-0-0 preseason. But I think this team has the mindset right now that you want. They're not taking anything for granted, and that's showing maturity of a young team. They are also showing chemistry. They're showing that they're playing for each other, which is essential for any good hockey team. But they're playing with confidence right now. We're out of that rebuild stage. We're in the stage of reload. And that's what Tom Fitzgerald did. He reloaded. It is going to be an amazing season. Dog Trainer Joe in the Facebook Live says, woo, pushing all my chips in on the Devils 2023 Cup win. You mean 2024. But I know what you mean, Joe. I know it, Dog Trainer Joe. I'm just trying to teach a old dog new tricks right now, is what they say. Yes, 2024. Thank you, Joe. Let's see. ANJ Devil 2 says the real test will be against Carolina. Absolutely. And thank you, David Moskowitz, for the 50 stars in the Facebook Live. Yeah, you know what? Carolina, let me tell you something. If you want to talk about geopolitical stuff about Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina is basically South Jersey, or what I call here on the podcast, South Jersey. So there are a lot of Devils fans down in Carolina, but the rivalry is getting heated because for whatever reason, the Caniacs have gone crazy over Eric Holla and his wife. And the bracelet that was on the enemy bracelet or whatever you want to call it, French, I don't know, Kane Suck bracelet that was shown on social media when Eric Holla took a photo op. And it's going to be heated, especially after last season's playoff run halted by the Carolina Hurricanes. Look, the Carolina Hurricanes window is going like this very slowly. If you're looking at the video feed, the Rangers window of winning the cup is like this. But the Devils window is like this. But this team is not taking anything for granted. This team understands they got to get their first cup because there are many coming. Their legacy could be now. I predicted a couple years ago it would take to 2025. But I'll tell you, I can tell you something, a little secret here. It may happen sooner than you think. Isn't that right, David Decker of the Facebook Live? It's going to happen sooner than you think. The Devils winning the cup and buying that beautiful Toyota at Town Toyota on Route 46 in beautiful Ledgewood, New Jersey. I'm kissing up to David Decker right now because he's doing my wife a favor at Town Toyota. This is one of the perks of the Let's Go Devils podcast and the Woo Report. You start asking for favors and we'll look, oh, yeah, sure. We'll get it then. Yep. Anyway, good to see you, Dave, on the Facebook Live. Bachikaloop says Rags and Isles have 4 and Devils have 3. Well, let's Bachikaloop, let me tell you something here. There should be some adjustments here. Yes, the Rangers have 4, but 3 out of 4 came in an era where, anybody could have won it. It was only 6 teams. Islanders, look, they won 4 straight. Amazing feat. But you know what? What have you done for me lately? Devils should be 5, but they got hosed with that Scott Gomez no goal call back in 2001, Game 6, the Stanley Cup Finals. And, they also got hosed 2012 Stanley Cup Finals, Game 6, another Game 6, with the terrible call on Bernier, which the whole play should have been ruled an icing in the first place. But what do I know? I'm just a Devils fan, right? Devils winning 3-0, shutout with their C squad, with their JV team. This is gonna be very interesting. What's gonna happen? They've got to come out strong against the Red Wings. There's gonna be some nerves. There's gonna be the red carpet event. We'll be at American Whiskey on opening night. It's going to be a tremendous atmosphere, but the players are focused right now. What the hard work that was done in the offseason, Alexander Holtz, John Marino. Like I said, John Marino's jacked. Everybody. Because I think Carolina woke up the sleeping giant called the New Jersey Devils. Because losing that Game 5 in that fashion might have been the best thing that happened to this organization. And what did Carolina do with it? They got swept the next series. They got manhandled. Max says, that's Sam. Do we know if Toffoli is okay from Trouba, the scumbag hit? No word on that, but somebody has to take out Trouba and neutralize him. I'm not talking about dirty hits. I'm talking about playing his game a little bit. RME says, yell loud, ASF at UBS. Bring on the real games, though. Thank you for representing. Thank you for representing the New Jersey Devils. By the way, just want to acknowledge John Taylor, the inventor of Taylor ham. Today he was born in 1838. John Taylor, the inventor of Taylor ham. Yeah. Michael Hayes says, big announcement Sunday, tell us. No, you got to wait till Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Let's Go Devils podcast if you want to know what's happening with this podcast. We are about to hit, by opening night, 750,000 downloads. Remember, we were at 500,000 at the 500,000 party in late February this past year. I mean, incredible. Can't thank you enough, the fans. Wyatt World says, Sam Woo, the Woo Report, the Woo Report, we're back, baby. Yes, we are, Wyatt. Yes, we are. Now I'm getting all the pork roll comments. Look, it's Taylor ham, and I can spend a whole podcast talking about it. But don't ruin our moment of 7-0-0 preseason. Brian Hammond says, where can I find your podcast? Yes, on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, rate, review, and subscribe. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, iHeart app, Facebook, at Let's Go Devils Podcast, Twitter, X Live, at Let's Go Devils Pod, and our YouTube channel, which is very popular, at Let's Go Devils. Thank you, Brian. Craig Vest says, Youth Gone Wild. I played that a couple times on the big stage at American Whiskey. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be back on the big stage. We're going to get some big guests opening night outside of American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. John Sumner says, bring on the season, baby, 82-0. Love it. Hey, I'm going to start trolling tonight on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at PrimetimeSamWoo, I'm going to just start trolling. Start trolling now, because the entire world is going to be against us once that puck drops on October 12th. And I want dominance. I want to rub it in the Flyer fans' face, the Ranger fans' face, the Islander fans' face, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Caniacs' face, that we are going to not only beat you, but we're going to take over your city. That's how fired up I am. We are traveling on the road as well, this Let's Go Devils podcast. We talked about the Mullet, Arizona. We talked about Vegas, but we're also at American Whiskey. We're traveling to bar around New Jersey. Morgan Williams says 105-0-0. Love it. Love it. Steve Engel says 98-0. Perfection, folks. Perfection. But just remember what the saying is. Perfectionism will make you broke. As long as the Devils keep skating, keep putting the puck on net, driving hard to the net, causing chaos in front of the net, there's always profit in chaos. And when there's chaos in front of the net, you get goals. We talked about beef. The Devils do have some size. They can bang. But can they take it to that next level? I think they can. And I thought Nosek played pretty well tonight. Sacrificing his body in preseason, blocking the shot with his skate. Are you kidding me? In preseason? Love it. Practice the way you play. You're seeing all the elements of these little finite details that add up, because right now we're watching a championship team grow and come together. And that's why I'm so pumped up, because I know it's preseason, but 7-0-0, the way they are winning, it's not like they're winning a skills competition of a shootout. No, they're just beating teams. And even if they're having an off night this preseason, they have a quick strike offense to kind of set the record straight. Hey, we may be down, but we're going to punch you in the mouth and score twice in less than a minute. We saw that several times so far in preseason. Just need to shore up the defense. Just need to get good goaltending, timely goaltending. And everything is just going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. All right, I want to thank all those tuning in to this podcast. Like I said, I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, hence why I'm looking presentable right now on live air. John Sumner is loving the beef. Yes. And thank you for making me part of your Friday night as the Devils are victorious throughout preseason, 7-0-0. First time a NHL team went undefeated in preseason since the Colorado Avalanche back, I think it was 2016-2017 season. Mrs. Seifert wants to turn this off. Bedtime. Mrs. Seifert, just a recommendation. I agree with you because, Peter, save it. Save it for the playoffs. All righty. Thank you very much. Hello, Kevin Weddikind, LGD. Remember to subscribe to our podcast. Thank you. Hitting the music. Sunday night, Let's Go Devils podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern. A big announcement. Steve Engel, I'm giving you the schedule for Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. A big announcement of the Let's Go Devils podcast. I can't hype it up anymore. Max is live from the wedding. I don't think that they would appreciate that, considering that I'm in enemy territory. Not going to tell you where. Enemy territory. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut so I can stay alive. Already, 9 p.m. Sunday. A big announcement about the Let's Go Devils podcast. Something we would never thought would happen, as we're approaching 750,000 downloads. And thank you for the views, subscribes, reviews. For all the bad reviews, I'll thank you too, because they're funny. But Scotty, Shorts Guy, myself, and crew will be there this Sunday. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.